Getting ready to use the little mini sandblaster, which I don't really have a strong enough air compressor to run it too long, but enough to do a little part like that, which is the ring, the locking ring that's on top of my fuel sending unit on the El Camino gas tank, which I think I'm going to get the cheaper version of the. I'm just going to buy the sending unit for $100 versus paying $200. I didn't see where the hell they sell locking units that were cheap, you know, with the unit itself. They seem to go up from like $100 to $200. So I'm going to sandblast that and make it pretty, brand new. This thing works pretty good. The one thing is you want to keep this hose short. That makes it work a lot better. And you also want to hit the trigger like this, because it keeps it from clogging up. Because this is just plain beach sand. What I do, I don't use it that much. What I do is I just either use a filtered mask or shove a t-shirt in my mouth or something, breathe through that. Use glasses and a mask. And make sure the wind is blowing this way and I'm outside. But I'm only sandblasting for a couple minutes here, so just to give you a quick demo. Well, you can see how pretty that's coming out. It's like brand new, right? So that's a $20 sandblaster, by the way. And like I said, you know, I got this protecting my mouth. Sometimes I wear filtration, and if I want to get really fancy, I can wear like you know, a $10 gas mask. But I don't sandblast that much, so I don't really. I just usually just put like a cloth over my mouth. Use this and make sure the wind is actually, I'm not going to be doing too much of it, the wind is actually just blowing this way. By the way, if you're clean these masks, I always clean them with that wasn't good to drop it like that, but I didn't drop it far. But what I always clean these with is Awesome Cleaner, and then I follow them up with Pledge furniture polish. And this thing's actually pretty old. See, it's been repaired. And I'm not going to buy a new one because the glass is still nice and clean, because I clean it with furniture polish, and that always takes out the most minute scratches. So you can see this part already. See that? I might need to straighten this out a little bit because I must have bent it. I realized the part I was going to buy on eBay to replace this fuel sending unit is doesn't come with the locking ring or the gasket, so I'm gonna make sure this is all prettied up real like brand new before you know, and then paint it and then reinstall it, so it'll be rust proof pretty much. So anyway, that's a demonstration on a little sandblaster. It's a great little tool, man. Like if you could see like these vice grips here. See that? Probably got the lens a little dirty on this camera, so I don't want to use it too much. But see that? See how it came out? It's great for little parts, man. $20, and you know, you don't need to use the compressor that it's rated for if you're not going to be using really big parts. I usually don't use big parts, but you could do a big part in little sections. I mean, and you know, say you use nylon wheel, some vinegar, you know, vinegar busts rust, nylon wheel. And then the parts of a big part that you can't get into the crevices, use that. So in a way, you wouldn't use it on a whole big part, but you can use it for portions of the big part that you can't get in there with the nylon wheel and stuff. So I'm also going to use it on a when I bolt this thing back on a gas tank. I'm going to get it. I'm going to blast all around in here. Get that all cleaned up, you know, when this is on there, and then that'll get you know, the rust killing primer in there and stuff like that. And I'll actually probably clean this all off on the top. The top of this is going to get like brand new. The bottom has already been painted a couple times. The top of this is going to get like brand new again. So anyway, $20 sandblaster, man. You can't beat this shit, man. You can't beat it. And I know what they say. You know, some people criticize the shit out of me because if you really need to wear a mask, get yourself, like, the wind is blowing pretty hard this way. I can see it out there. The flag might be blowing really hard. There's a flag out there. And you can see it right out there. It's blowing. The wind's at my back. And with this covering my mouth, and I just had a t-shirt over my mouth, I'm only hitting it for like 10 seconds, and I'm not breathing any freaking crap in my lungs. But say we're using this quite a bit, you can get yourself even the $10. They could be Israeli, Czechoslovakian, Polish, whatever the heck it is, like mil-spec masks, and use them. And with that, and you know, that'll really protect your lungs pretty damn good, because they're designed to take out like the finest particles there are. And for $10, they're way better than the crap you buy in Lowe's and Home Depot for these, you know, these filters and stuff. The U.S., the military surplus, maybe not the U.S. because the U.S. might be expensive, but you get some of these other ones for like $10. But for like using it for a few seconds, you know, and the wind's to your back, I'm not getting any dust in my mouth at all, period. You know, it's not even hitting, it's all going that way. So anyway, over and out.